All right, you guys. So I think we have enough people on to get started. Welcome, Sharon. Welcome, Cherie, Veronica, Rosemary, Jacqueline, Yvonne, Miss D, Ingram. I would like to thank each and every one of you guys for joining Lunch and Learn today, hosted by yours truly, Miss TT. Today we will be having tea tips, carefully and lovingly named by Cherie Garney Miller. First, let's start with a fun little icebreaker. If everyone can please add your email address to the chat so you can receive a Starbucks gift card if you have the most of these items that I am about to share. I'm going to share my screen because today will be a PowerPoint presentation. And as I share the screen, get a pencil or a pen and some paper, please, please, please. That will not only help you to take notes, but it'll help you with our first icebreaker activity. Have you ever done a pop-up? Have you ever done a pop-up? If you have, just write a dash somewhere on your paper. You can take a note on your phone. Have you ever done a pop-up? Okay. Have you ever prospected a person in a grocery store? I wish Roxy was on. Walking up to that man and asking him about his limp was definitely a power move. Have you ever dropped the call in the middle of a three-way call? I have done it twice. It's going, it's flowing, and then all of a sudden it's like, hello? Oh no. You gotta get it started right back up. Yes, I have done it probably 3 times. Have you ever had a close friend or relative tell you no? Not only did my nephew tell me no, the second time I called him, he said no and hung up in my face. You know, I only took the boy to gym class and used my gas, but he gonna hang up in my face. Have you ever finished a container of 3 Extreme Cream? And y'all know why I asked, because no matter how many times you swipe the top of that stuff, it's still there. I love it. I love it. But if you finished that jar, woo, please let me know. Have you ever done a PBR at your house? Because I came into the business after 2020 when Zoom was the main form of PBR. I actually have not done one at my house yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it when it's time. But if you have, please put a dash on your paper for me. Have you ever done a PBR on Zoom? I would consider my first event as very low attended. However, that one attendee became a customer, so I'm okay with that. Have you ever completed your 5 in 25 bonus? Mark your paper for that. And now, if you do not mind adding now to the chat the tally, the complete total of all of these. Don't worry, your name is attached to your total. I will definitely check the chat when we are done, and you will receive a Starbucks gift card in your email. I'll give everybody a couple of minutes to get that going while I go to our first slide. Are you guys having trouble hearing me?
No, we can hear you.
Okay. I know for Veronica, often I'm in the matrix.
Not, yeah, you are quite frequently in the matrix, but I also said, never mind. I checked my settings and my speaker volume had been down for some reason.
I wasn't gonna tell on you. I was just, I
Yeah,
know.
you were TT and Teasel. What should I say? Teasel? 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 I don't know what to call you today.
Long as you don't call me late for dinner.
For dinner, yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm good.
All right. Nice, nice, nice. I see y'all. I see y'all. Okay, we are going to get started on our first slide. Today's T-Tips, how to maximize your business from the couch, turning your PBR into a VBR. What is a PBR? A PBR is better known as a private or personal business reception. A PBR is a great way to present products and opportunities to prospects. PBRs are traditionally face-to-face events. Virtual business reception. That is what we are going to be talking about today, because although PBRs are originally done face-to-face, now that we are on the other side of COVID, and now that we have a huge concern with social distancing, there are some of us who can tell you up close and personal about the risk of being face-to-face in large crowds or small crowds, and the importance of taking some precautionary actions to social distance while we are in this season, but still want to maximize their business opportunity. So we're going to go from the living room to the laptop, and this is how we're going to do it. The VBR itinerary. This is just my example of an itinerary that can be done for a VBR, but please feel free to do your VBR the way that you see fit or fun to do so. Welcome, Badia, how are you? So you wanna do a welcome, and you wanna do an icebreaker activity, because you don't want people to feel like you fished them in just to give them a sales pitch. So you bring them together, you might have a theme. You might have an 80s theme where everybody wears something that was popular in that year. You might have a tea and biscuits thing. You're having a tea party and you have on a fancy lacy hat. I'm always targeting women. I don't know what men would do. Maybe they'll have a get fit and get rich theme where they have something that involves working out and talk about being fit, and then they might have on some workout attire, and just kind of keeping that theme fun is always a good idea, so people won't feel like they're just invited and herded into a presentation. Encourage participation, offering a sample or an incentive. So for example, when we started for my icebreaker activity, I offered a Starbucks gift card for the participants, and we did an activity that involved adding your email address to the chat, which is a fantastic way for you to grow your contact list. Although you may feel like you know a majority of the people that are on, those people hopefully brought friends that you may not know yet, and you can add them to your contact list. But you can also kind of gauge who is interested in hearing you again. Maybe you do have some repeat people. When you check your email list from the chat, you'll be able to tell, oh, okay, Susan showed up again for a second VBR. Fantastic. Maybe I'm on to something. Maybe you say, okay, wait, my numbers are starting to dwindle down. Maybe I need to refresh my VBR and make it more interesting. So always find a way to get people to put their emails at minimum in the chat. Ask participants to leave their email in the chat. I've already talked about that. Introduce the topic or theme. I've already talked about that. Ask keyword questions based on the theme or topic. That is what we did when I asked some things that you may have done or experienced as a business owner, franchisee, or rep in this business. Whether you dropped a 3-way call, finished the 3 extreme cream, just throwing some stuff in there. If you didn't, if you didn't have just reps or people in the business on the line, you had people who may not be familiar with those themes, then you might say, who saw Karate Kid at the movie theater? If you're doing like an 80s theme, who was actually there when the big earthquake happened and the bridge collapsed? Like, you can ask something from that thing. Who actually can do, I don't know, 35 burpees in a row? That's the one I would choose for the men who were maybe doing like a fitness thing. So asking questions that are key to the theme keeps everybody engaged as well. Present product or opportunity information. So as you're talking, although it's a fun activity, although we're doing icebreakers, and there's so many other games other than the one that I did today, but you always kind of want to somehow tag it and keep it close to the product and the opportunity. So that way it's not like, oh, well, wait, we were talking about our favorite buffet. How did we start talking about PDQ? You want to always kind of some way segue the information back to products and opportunities within the umbrella of the company. And then wrap it up. Be careful when you wrap it up not to abruptly end. Be careful with your transitions. Transitions have always been the biggest challenge for me. I used to have a huge habit of pausing and thinking. So I would go from one thing and then I'd go, and I would lose people because I'm like, I'm supposed to do something next. I don't know what it is. So even practicing those transitions before you jump on are super, super helpful. One of the things for me that helps with transitions are PowerPoint slides, because you have your script in front of you and it helps it to flow, boom, 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 just like that. But when you're wrapping up, don't just say, okay, and that's it. Everybody, good night. Try to do your best to welcome them back and to ask them to bring a friend. How? Let's talk about social media prospecting. How are we going to get people to these VBRs? Social media prospecting, Instagram posts, stories and reels, Facebook posts and tagging, TikTok shorts, and showing product sales. So if you are not too shy for the camera and you want to do just a short little video and say, hey, today we have a sale on your favorite pet products. Make sure that as we approach the 4th of July, that Fifi is not freaking out in the backyard. Buy your CBD for your pet today. Just go to the link in the description and go to my website and purchase 50% off of your second pet product today. And it can be just that quick, right? It can be, oh man, after gaining all that weight in 2020, it's hard to get back in the gym. And every time I get back home, my knees are killing me. Squats can be brutal on the legs and the quads. But 3 Extreme Cream always helps me to get back on my feet so I can finish the day. If you are interested in trying 3 Extreme Cream, we're having a sale, a BOGO just for you and your loved ones with bad knees. Go to my link and purchase today before that sale ends. And you just do it just that quick. Boom, 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 right? Get it out there, witty, humorous, or if you're not ready to launch yourself via video, everyone has, I think on this Lunch and Learn already experienced just taking a screenshot of the ad for the sale posting it in your story or your reel, tagging all of your friends and others, and just leave it up there. Just leave it up there. But you also want to use catchy words and maybe a cute still photo to draw attention to it, because they're not gonna see this ad and say, oh wow, can you believe that we can go on Dee's web store right now and we can get the 3 Extreme Cream. I'm just gonna keep throwing 3 Extreme Cream out there, y'all know. We can get the 3 Extreme Cream or the Intense Relief for 50% off. They're not gonna do that. You have to draw them in. So she might have a photo of her at the beach with a cute hat on, and people are like, what's Dee up to today? And when they get there, it will motion to the next slide, which will be an ad for the product. So you want to kind of draw attention to whatever you're presenting. Make it familiar, make it big, use colorful letters, use I don't know, fuchsia fonts, really, really flashy things, and that'll draw people quickly and in a hurry. If you have not done a TikTok video, they are already cropped to be very short and sweet. So whether you're talking or whether you're just doing a still ad, they work, and you can plant them in different places, and you can actually send them to people, because we're going to merge into emailing people from our contact list, which you cannot necessarily email your Instagram posts or reels, but your TikTok shorts you can. So if you make it a really short TikTok, you can actually email that or message that to people, and they can click on that, and it's super short. Develop a consistent routine to contact new and current friends on social media. At least 5 to 10 people a day minimum you want to reach out to. Say, hey, how's it going? Hey, how was your weekend? How's your day? Oh, wow, I noticed that your cat has a cast on his paw. What happened? Or, oh, wow, it was your niece's birthday. Happy birthday. Anything that you can do to stay in touch with people is super important, because you don't want to just out the blue say, hey, I haven't talked to you in 5 years, but I'm gonna need you to come to my virtual business reception, please. They're gonna be like, okay, and why should I do that? So you want to just kind of work your way into contacting people, whether it's old contacts or whether it's new contacts. You still want your pace and your cadence to be on point, especially with new contacts. You don't want to come across as a spam. So you might just say, hey, wow, I noticed that it looks like you're eating sushi. I love sushi. Where is that restaurant? I'm not sure if it's local or not. And then just chatting back and forth. Just scroll through, be a little bit nosy, look at the photos. It's okay. It's the World Wide Web. Everybody's in on it. You're not being creepy by doing so. They posted that picture because they wanted people to look. Go look. Comment. And then when you do that, make sure that, like I said, 5 to 10 people a day at minimum. You want to keep your numbers consistent, so it's not like, well, I reached out to one person today. That may not be enough. I'm gonna say no. Plan to host a VBR event at least 2 times a week minimum. Now, how does that come together? I'm gonna give you an example. Let's say Monday and Tuesday, you reached out to 5 to 10 people or more. Out of those people that you contacted, friends or new contacts, you're going to invite them to your VBR. You give them an option. They can come to your VBR in the middle of the week or at the end of the week. 2 days a week, you're prospecting, then you're holding a VBR. Okay, you jump on. Nobody showed up. Don't quit. It's not about how you feel. It's about your consistency. Does that make sense? So Monday, Tuesday, prospecting. Wednesday, VBR. Then you have Thursday, Friday, prospecting. Saturday, VBR. The numbers will eventually pick up speed. But if you decide, people aren't showing up, last time it was just 1, and you quit, then nobody will show up indefinitely. It may be a slow trickle, but eventually people will catch on and more people will come. But what your job is to consistently open your VBR from that start time and sit there until that end time, consistently leaving the door open for those people who are interested as you go along. So remember that this was just my example. The goal is to consistently prospect, invite, and host your VBR, no matter what the numbers may be. Go live using Facebook Live and Instagram Live to get the word out and stay connected. Remember, going live is actually, I would say, a lot more effective than still photos. So try your best to be brave and go live. Be ready. After all the fun and hard work put into announcing your VBR, be sure to prep your activities and presentations the night before at minimum. If you're an early riser, you might be able to get away with getting up early in the morning and setting things up, but I would recommend, if at all possible, the night before, so that way you can get all your glitches out of the way. Create some fun prize giveaways that are samples of the product. You can either use the Legacy app or you can make some of your own. However, please be mindful not to mishandle the samples. Please. I don't want nobody to be like, well, TT said make some samples. So I just, I used my index finger, scooped up some 3 extreme, and I put it in the sandwich bag and mailed it to you. Please don't do that. Please be mindful not to mishandle the samples. Use gloves and properly sealed containers to avoid cross-contamination, because we don't want anybody giving us a bad Yelp, if you know what I mean. Here are some samples that I created. A sample goes a long way. Why does it go a long way? Because after a person has had a personal interaction and experience with the product, they're going to tell other people. They might share their sample with those other people, but they will return. And when they return, they're going to buy. And when they buy enough, they might want to have a business of their own. I would say yes. This is samples of coffee and samples of tea that I created for a coffee shop in my neighborhood that I actually prospected one day. I walked in because, I'm crazy sometimes. And I asked her ahead of time, I said, I have a franchise business and we have some amazing coffee. We have some CBD coffee with some great health benefits. Would you be interested? And she said, well, it sounds interesting. However, I just don't have a lot of coffee customers coming in right now. But when I do, when it starts to pick up, I'll keep you in mind. I said, oh, really? Okay. So I went in about 2 weeks later to get some cupcakes and some people walked in. And, I just felt a little brave, a little bold. And then I actually know the owner, though. I probably would have still did it, but I know the owner, so it was okay. And I asked everybody, I said, you know what? I'm just going to ask everybody here, if you don't mind, if I were to place some CBD coffee and tea here in her store, and you guys came in for some pastries, would anybody be willing and interested in purchasing CBD coffee and tea? And hands was going up and people was looking at each other. Sometimes 2 hands was going up. And I looked at her and I just said, just saying. And I walked out. And she said, well, where's my samples? So I created these samples just for her. I got a mason jar. You can get mason jars from anywhere. Target, Walmart, all kinds of places. Get the small ones. Don't get a giant one because you don't want a ton of space at the top. You don't want it to be awkward. But if you get a small one, they're really, really cute. I printed the label by just taking a picture of my product, or you can pull a screenshot from the website, and then you just attach it. You just glue it on the jar, and it makes it really cute. And these sachets you can find on Amazon are super cute to package them in. And this is something you want to do shortly before delivery. You don't want to set this up ahead of time and have them sitting like this. You want it to be something that's fresh when you deliver it. Now that you have people on your VBR, what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna present the product information, of course, after we've done our icebreakers and talked to folks. We're gonna present, especially, you're going to want to present the oxygen immune boost, because like I said, right now, it's that season for sneezing, and nobody wants to spread germs, and we want to protect our immune system while we're at it. So we'll talk about the oxygen immune boost. We'll talk about the Majestic. One of the reasons why I added the Majestic is because I think it's one of those underestimated products that we don't talk about very much, but it has 900 milligrams of CBD. So I'm thinking it's got a powerful punch. And so talking about it would be fantastic, especially with them cute candles in the background. I'm thinking this would be a good spa day treatment. And then, of course, the PDQ. Got pain? Relief is here. And talk about it. But what if there are some people who have tried the product, they love the product, and they have returned for another VBR? Well, then present the opportunity. Why don't you? Freedom and opportunity when it's needed most. A lot of stores and a lot of entrepreneurs have had some of their previous independent lines of income shut down due to the social distancing and the COVID last year. I suffered a great decline in students for my music business. So I know how that can be and how that affected my income. So this opportunity was perfect for me. I love running my own business because I'm a stay-at-home mom and a stay-at-home wife. And I do so much in home. Why not do something that helps other people outside the home from inside my home that brings more income? So present the opportunity as well. Now remember, wrap things up in a nice, neat way. Thank everybody for joining. Ask if anyone has any questions, and then invite them to come back to the next VBR and bring a friend or two or three, however many people they know. With all of that said, before I merge into this fun video that I've added to our presentation, do any of you have any questions for me? Please either just unmute yourself and ask, or you can raise your hand. I can see pretty much everybody that's on right now. Any questions? Any questions? Rosemary has her hand raised. Please.
Yes. Hi, TT. Very good presentation.
Oh, thank you.
I did have a question again about your sampling. It wasn't quite clear in terms of what you were putting the coffee and tea in. I saw the mason jars, but I also saw seems like some other containers inside of the mason jars with a label. So could you just, so I saw the mason jar, but then, the other one that has the little bags.
Yeah, so I actually went to Hobby Lobby, and they have bags that you can seal at the top, because you don't want to just get like a random Ziploc bag, right? We ain't gonna be like that. We just get some really nice, cute, and they come in different colors. I went with clear because that's just kind of my thing. I like things to just kind of be simple that way. But I took that a picture of the label. I have a printer at home, and I copied it and I cropped it in my computer and printed it small, cut it, and then I adhered it to the bag.
Oh, good. Great idea. That's a great idea. Yes, I just wasn't sure what, right, because it didn't look like a regular Ziploc bag. So yes, it's one of the bags from you said from Hobby Lobby.
From Hobby Lobby, yes. And those are actually really good to use because it helps you to regulate how much you're sampling out, I put 2 tablespoons because that way you're not just pouring it in and you can manage how much you're sampling out. I actually specifically purchased coffee and tea for sampling out. So I'm not, and that's another thing. Let me add that to my disclaimer. Buy products for sampling. Don't use the product and sample what you're using. Your family, your sister, cousin, brother, uncle is dipping, and then you're gonna sample it. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Buy specific products designed for sampling so you can seal it back up. You're always using a fresh tool. You're always using gloves, and you're putting it away to the side. It is your sample product. Please.
Okay, great. Now, do you ever sample, other than the samples that they give us of the pain cream and so on, do you just use those samples for the pain cream, or?
So I will leave that up to your discretion. And the reason why I say that is this. Some people within the business don't consider those samples, like the sachets. Those are actually considered travel sizes. And some people use them as samples, yes, but there are a lot of people who consider those travel sizes and they add them to the table for their pop-ups. So it's kind of up to you how you want to gauge that. But by all means, I have used them as samples. And I think they make fantastic samples. I have actually gotten referrals because of those. So yeah, I think they make for a fantastic sample.
Okay, yes, the travel size.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget the Legacy app. I've done, I did a pop-up. I had an email list and it was guess how many candies were in the jar. I contacted the person who got the number closest. And then I used the Legacy app to send what they won, which was a sample of the PDQ spray. So if you're always kind of on top of your credits for sampling, using your Legacy app is great for sending samples, especially if you're sending them to other states, which I have.
Right. Okay. All right. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that. Yes, that's some great advice with the coffee and tea samples, etc.
Thank you. Welcome, Roxy. How are you? All right. So.
Thank you. I'm fine. And how's everyone? I'm sorry I'm late. I'm just getting back in.
It's okay. It's a blessing to see your beautiful face, whether it was late or on time, as long as we get to see it. I am going to go into our video now, you guys. And then shortly after that video, we will be wrapping things up. But it was a pleasure being able to share this Lunch and Learn opportunity with every single one of y'all. I love being a part of this team. I tell you, more than y'all know. And without further ado, let's learn 8 social media engagement hacks to boost your business.
Social media engagement is so important because the more people that engage with your content, the more people will see your content. And the more people that see your content, the more people see your products and services, the more people are going to buy from you, and that is money in the bank. So today I'm going to show you how you can hack your way through those news feeds to get more exposure, to get more engagement, to get more eyeballs on your business.
Catherine Sullivan is the CEO and founder of Marketing Solved, a serial entrepreneur, marketing coach, and online educator. You want to know this woman.
What's up, guys? I'm Kat Sullivan, CEO and founder of Marketing Solved, and today you're going to learn social media engagement hacks that you can use in your business right now. Hack number 1. Post consistently. Posting consistently is a non-negotiable. So if you haven't been posting consistently before, it is killing your organic reach. Do you want to hear a secret? The social media networks actually reward you for posting consistently. So what that means is the more consistent you post, the more they will show your content organically, which means for free. So that's really important and why you want to be posting consistently every single day on those platforms that you want to be found on. If you're struggling with posting consistently, let me share my favorite social media tool, and it's called Monthly Marketing Solved. So if you don't have time to create graphics and you don't know what or when to post, Monthly Marketing Solved gives you a marketing calendar, tells you what to post, when to post, and it gives you the actual content. So you can get graphics where you can add your logo to make them customized to your business, and you can use statuses and just enter in personalized information for your business, making it so easy to stay consistent, get more organic engagement, and reach more people. Hack number 2, leveraging your personal profile. So most businesses have a personal profile where you do your interactions with your friends and family, and then you have a business profile, which is going to represent your business or your brand. And just like peanut butter and jelly, they're great individually. They do well on their own, except when you mix them together every now and then, the magic happens. So this is the same exact idea. Basically, you want to leverage your personal profile to get more exposure to your business. Now, you don't want to do it every day, but you definitely want to intermingle the two every now and then. Because what's going to happen is when you take a business post, for example, on Facebook, and you share it to your personal Facebook page, well, if you get some interaction on your personal profile from that shared status from your business page, well, what happens is your business page reach goes up because now it's in front of your network and it's seeing more people. And if your friends and family love you, and even if they don't, hopefully they will leave you a comment or they will engage with that post in some way. And what happens is 2 things. 1, the original post on your business page is going to now see more people. It's going to get more exposure. It's going to get more reach. And 2, when your friends and family or even business associates will interact with that post on your personal profile, their friends, so your friends' network will see your post in their newsfeed. And surely you've seen it before if you've ever been on Facebook, where John Smith commented on Sally's post. And what happens is those posts then get even more exposure, all because you've simply shared from your business page to your personal profile, making a fantastic peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Hack number 3, and maybe my most favorite. Engage first. So what that means is that the social networks know you, and they know if you're one of those passive scrollers. You know the kind, you know what I'm talking about. You don't leave any comments, you don't like anything, you see everything, but you don't actually engage. Well, what that does is you're telling the social networks, hey, I'm just a passive user. And when you go to post a status, well, guess what? They're like, that person's just a passive user. So they're not really going to show your stuff unless you're an active user. An active user is someone that's engaging with other people first. Now, this is a huge hack, and I'm going to share it with you. If you find this ninja hack that I'm about to give you helpful, please make sure that you subscribe to our channel so we can continue to bring you the best marketing training. Thanks. What I like to do before I post something is I like to engage first. And that means I'll take 10 or 15 minutes and I will go and I'll be an active user. I'll go comment on people's profiles that I want to leave thoughtful comments for. Maybe people that I'm inspired by, or people that I think might be a good fit for my programs and that I just want to get in front of and start a conversation. The reason I like to take that 10 or 15 minutes first is because then when I post my content, those people are most likely going to see it. Because when you start having a conversation, when you start engaging with other people, well, you're telling the social network, hey, we're connected in some way. So here's how I want you to think about this. Here's your ninja hack. If you're gonna post a new program, a new product, or something that you know that you've got some friends, you've got some people in your network that are a perfect candidate for this new program or new product. Well, if you start interacting and engaging with their content before you post your offer, when you do post your offer, the networks are going to say, hey, these 2 people were just engaging. So let's show this person's new content to this person since they were just having a conversation. You're literally hacking your way to get in front of people that you choose by engaging first. Now that's a hack you can start using right now. Hack number 4, and that is commenting and interacting as your business. This works beautifully on Twitter or Facebook, even Instagram. So what you can do is you can actually go and leave really thoughtful comments. Now, I don't mean, hey, nice photo, great post, but something thoughtful. But leave it as your business page, not your personal profile. Because if you go and you take a couple minutes every day and you go to the industry influencers or you go to people who have similar products to what you sell, why you want to interact with your business, because if you can get in front of those people and draw them back to you, if they see you leaving thoughtful comments, well, they're going to click on your profile. And instead of them going to your personal, they're going to go to your business page. And hopefully they're going to look at your page, they're going to see your products, and they're going to hopefully engage with your content. It works really, really great on Twitter because if you're commenting as your business, well, that goes in front of your network. And then it goes in front of, if anyone else comments, it's going to go in front of their network. And then other people are going to be drawn in. And so you're going to have your audience and their audience and the original person's audience, and everybody's going to be looking at your business. So you're going to be able to really draw in and attract people to your business that way. Hack number 5. Follow the follow technique. Follow the follow. If you really want to grow your following, this is a technique that I used when I was first starting out to really start getting some exposure for myself. And it works really well. So what I like to do is I like to make sure first you have a completely optimized social media profile. That's really, really important so that when you start attracting people back to you, it's a no-brainer for them to want to follow you. What I do is I generally will identify some industry influencers or people that are popular in my niche. So let's say, for example, you're a jewelry designer and you want to get followers of people who are interested in buying jewelry. What you would do is you would identify some of the industry leaders in your space, and that could be Kendra Scott or Alex and Annie. Both have really big jewelry lines. And then what you would do is you would go and you would look at people engaging with their content. Well, then you can go and start following their followers, right? Like you can start following people that are engaging with content or products that you know are similar to what you sell. Because what that's going to do is once they see that, oh, this jewelry company followed me, they're probably going to click over to your profile and look at your jewelry. So it's a really good way to get exposure, to get in front of people, and to attract them back to you where they can then engage with your social media content. And you can do this on any platform. It works really, really well. Go follow the followers of people who already have the audience that you want to get in front of. They did all the hard work for you. So this is really just piggybacking on what they've done. Follow the follow works. Hack number 6, talk to people, not at them. So this is a really important one. When it comes to social media, you need to be social on social media, right? Sounds like a no-brainer, I know. But it's really important that you know when you're creating your social media posts and your statuses that you're leaving it open to people so that they can actually engage with you. You want to invite them to talk with you and be a part of the conversation. So let me give you an example. Option A, click here to read our blog post. Or option B, here's our brand new blog post. I loved number 2. Which one was your favorite? Well, you can tell right off the bat that this one's going to get more engagement because you've asked for it. So it's really that simple. You've created an opportunity for your fans, for your followers, for your readers to actually engage with you and tell you what they think. And that's really important. So don't be closed off. Don't talk at them. Talk to them and encourage them to interact with you. That engagement hack is going to get you a lot of engagement. Engagement hack 7, the comment bump. Now, this is another one of my favorite ninja techniques because it really helps you with exposure. So one thing it's important for you to understand is that when you post something on social media, it has a lifespan. And the lifespan is really short because there's so much content coming into the newsfeed every single day. So it's really important for you to understand that each post has a lifespan and how you can actually leverage this to help you get more engagement. So let me tell you what I'm talking about. Well, you get about 20 minutes where the algorithms will measure how successful your post is. And if it starts to get a lot of interaction in the beginning, you'll see that most people will do their likes and commenting in the very, very beginning, right when you post it. So what I like to do is I like to wait until about that 20 minutes is up. So if we post something and we get some good comments, I don't actually comment right away. I wait because I want to get as much organic exposure as I can with that first post. So then right before the post lifespan is over, I'll go in and I'll start responding to the people that commented. And that is called a comment bump. What happens is it bumps those posts back up in the newsfeed, which gets it seen by more people, and it starts creating a conversation. You can leverage the timing of your comments and your responses so that you can reach more people, really growing your engagement, because then it gets in front of that person's network. It's gonna allow you to continue to organically, free, be seen by more people. So the comment bump works beautifully. Engagement hack number 8. Leveraging Facebook groups. So just like we talked about with your personal profile earlier, you have different assets that you can use and you should use to help you really hack your engagement. If you have your own Facebook group, this is ideal. If you're going to be sharing your business content into Facebook groups that are not yours, make sure you read the rules. There's always rules, and you don't want to be the person that's not following the rules. But you definitely should be leveraging Facebook groups to share your posts from your business profiles in. If you have a business post and then you put it in a Facebook group, well, the exposure immediately goes up. And so organically, it's going to be seen by more people. And if the people in your tribe and in your group interact with that piece of content, if they go to your business page and they start interacting, well, guess what happens? That engagement bumps it back up in the newsfeed. It gets it in front of those people's network. It gets it in front of your group. And it really snowballs the amount of engagement that you're going to get. So leverage all the assets that you have available for your business and really hack your way to more social media engagement. There you have 8 social media engagement hacks that you can use right now in your business to start getting more engagement. Now, before you go, I have a quick question for you. Which engagement hack was your favorite? Could you leave us a little comment underneath the video and just let us know which engagement hack you found the most helpful or the one that you're gonna try first? I'd love to hear from you. And thank you so much for joining us. If you found this video helpful, I ask that you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so we can continue to bring you the best marketing training videos in the future. Thank you.
All right. So I am going to share the link for this video so that way everybody can take advantage of watching it in their independent time. Just give me a brief moment to grab that link. But while I'm grabbing the link, I would say one of my favorite hacks was when she mentioned to the like bump, like the comment bump. I think she said a comment bump. I like that one the most. I would say that was probably like my top because I didn't know that, and that's pretty exciting to know that I can just time it just right where the comments are flowing, but I know that after a while it does kind of disappear. And then you're kind of back in the background again. So I like the fact that she gave us a way to take and refresh. It's almost like refreshing that information, right? So I like that one. That was pretty cool. So I did put the link to that video here in the chat for anybody who wants to access it. You actually have 2 ways. You can highlight it and copy and paste it and text it to yourself or message it to yourself.
Engagement is so important because the more people that engage with your content, the more people will see your content, and the more people that see your.
Okay, it's okay. Long as we're all excited to get to the video, I'm happy. It's okay. So yeah, you can also take and download this entire chat. There are some people who are familiar with doing that by grabbing those 3 dots right next to. So if you're looking at all of the chat information, all of the chat comments, go all the way down to your personal box where you would actually type a message and send it to someone. You'll see the little dots. So if you click on those little dots, I think that's the area where you're able to save. Is it click the dots? Oh no, you click the file. You can click the file and download the entire chat if you want to save that link that way. So click the file and then you can save it I just saved mine to my computer, so you can save it to your computer, or you can save it to a Dropbox to give you a ton of options. Or like I said, just highlight that link and text it to yourself. There's all kinds of ways to do it. But without further ado, is there anyone who has any questions for me? All right. No questions is good. That means that I nailed information. Everybody got that information and there was no confusion. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I want everybody to go out and have the most blessed and super duper amazing day that they can on purpose. And if Cecil were here, what would he say? That if you can dream it with God, you can achieve it. Go out there and achieve that dream. Done.